What's happening, folks? Back with another Kate Bush reaction, as well as a very vocal Luca. And we're moving on to the next chapter, which is the Director's Cut 2011. Thank you, as always, to Seb. And I'm aware this is a remix album, which is interesting because when I first looked at the track list, I obviously recognized many titles. But the first track, I was like, Flower of the Mountain, have I reacted to a tune by that name? And then it occurred to me it's a vocal, or rather a lyric, from the Sensual World, the title track of her 1989 album. So in that regard, I'm guessing this is a reworked and indeed remixed version of that song, which is interesting though, because if other tracks retain their original name, whereas this one is named differently, I wonder if it has a more significant departure from the original tune. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to this. I know people had said there's some mixed opinions about this, which, as someone who comes or has spent many years in the trance and techno and underground electronic music world, where remix culture is very firmly ingrained, I am very sympathetic to remixes, because oftentimes when you're talking trance and techno, even upon the initial release of a track, it is often paired with one or more remixes that take the tune in a very different direction. And I'm very open to remixes that even move into a different subgenre or just take the original ingredients and do something very different with them. Now, I get it at the same time. If a song is very highly regarded and seen as more or less perfect, any deviation from that, any departure that is very significant, may be seen as subtraction or changing something that didn't need to be messed with. So, of course, I understand there may be different opinions on these remixes as we go through them, but I very much am looking forward to the next chapter in the Kate journey. And so, yes, let's listen to it. This is Flower of the Mountain, which I'm assuming is a remix of the Sensual World, and we hear it here as part of the 2011 Director's Cut album from Kate Bush.
Yes, first I gave him a bit of seed cake out of my mouth, and it was leap year like now. Yes, 16 years ago, my God, after that long kiss, I nearly lost my breath. Yes, he said I was a flower of the mountains, so we are flowers on a woman's body. Yes. Stepping out of the age into the sensual world. Stepping out and you brought her as a girl where I was a flower of the mountain. Yes, when I put the rose in my hair like the Andalusian girls used, or shall I wear a red? Yes. And how he kissed me under the Moorish wall, and I thought, well, as well him as another. Stepping out off the page into the sensual world. Stepping out off the page into the sensual world. And then I asked him with my eyes to ask again. Yes, and then he asked me would I. Yes, to say yes, my mountain flower. And first I put my arms around him. Yes, and drew him down to me. So he could feel my breasts, all perfume, yes, and his heart was going like mad, and yes, I said yes, I will. Yes. Ooh, yes.
I love it. Okay, many things come to mind here. Number one, I remembered, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but my impression of the sonic atmosphere of the Sensual World is that it had a Celtic feel. This had a similar folk music type melodic styling, but it felt more Middle Eastern, and in that regard, I think the lyrics are different, right? Like, I don't remember that line about the flower in her hair like an Andalusian girl, or like under the, what was it, the Moorish moon or something like that. I don't remember those lines from the original. Maybe I'm just not recalling fully. Admittedly, it has been a little while since I listened to some of these tracks, even though, fair to say, I do listen to a lot of the Kate songs well after the reaction. But yeah, I feel like the lyrics are different here. Secondarily, her voice, you can definitely hear it's an older, more mature, and I think lower register voice compared to the original. I think it's equally compelling, but definitely that stood out to me. And the sonic configuration or arrangement, is it a bit more stripped down? I feel like it might be not minimal per se, but a bit more, again, minimal by comparison. I certainly noticed that bass pulse of the tune, which almost functions like a rhythmic and percussive heartbeat, more than in the original, as I'm remembering. So I feel like that might be a product of it being a bit more sparse sonically. And yes, I think it's very visual and also sensual, and you can feel the different senses, the smells, the touch, the tactile nature, the visual component of the scene she's describing. And again, it is very sensual in terms of its emotion and psychology leading into sexual. And I think maybe, again, like the lyrics are slightly different in that regard, but it's definitely, it gets your pulse racing in terms of the dynamic between these two people being described. So yes, I think it's a very rich and expressive remix or re-rendering. And again, I don't remember exactly, but is that melodic flourish, which I'm like, is it a fiddle? Is it a a woodwind of some kind. Like, is it a clarinet? I'm not sure, but there's a particular 3-part, I think, melodic flourish in the latter stages of this version that were really melodically striking, and I feel like a flower in an already florid tune overall. So yes, I absolutely love this remix. Very much looking forward to the rest. And again, I get it, there might be different opinions about the album overall, remixes in particular, or just the idea of taking these original masterpieces and doing something different with them. But if this opening track is any indication, I'm very much on board. Thank you again to Seb for providing the material, and to all the folks who've been commenting on the Kate reactions up to this point. Looking forward to this next chapter. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.